Mr. Fegley, what is going on, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I've been watching the PGA Tour at lovely Silverado.
Nice little home to little NorCal going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So, giving everybody a chance to get in. I'm pulling up Facebook on my phone so I can see the comments. It is Thursday night 9. It is the last Thursday night 9 before we are actually at the North American Championships in Myrtle Beach, getting ready to get things going. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to lie.
Me too, man. It's going to be a great week, and it's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, 700 people at the beach is going to be a good time. We're finalizing payments. Pairings are getting worked on as we speak. That is my job, so we're going to have a good time. Everybody that's in the chat that doesn't live in Myrtle Beach or hasn't lived in Myrtle Beach, it's like, hey, there's a forecast of rain. There's always a forecast of rain in the extended forecast in Myrtle Beach. Get over it. It will be fine.
Because remember, it means there will be rain in 40 or 50% of the area.
It is a coastal community, and that just means it's going to rain at some point during the day in 40 for 50% of the area. It's like Florida. It rains every day for a short amount of time. The only time you really have to worry is when you see a hurricane warning off the coast, and then that's bad. So, But knock on wood, we went through that last year. Hopefully that won't happen again, Fegley. Let's just leave it at that because I don't know if my heart can take that. It wasn't even the hurricane as much as it was like 35 degrees the first day. And what I don't understand is, I mean, I used to live in Myrtle Beach, and it only gets cold like 3 days a year. Like February, it gets cold. But that's about it. Everything else, the weather's great. So it's interesting. But, we're excited. Absolutely excited for those in the chat that are asking. A couple of maintenance items as we're getting ready to go in. Obviously, new format. We've been at this about a month. People have loved it. Fegley, I don't know. I still kind of like the wine and dine, so I got the wine going. Even though we're not calling it that. You don't have your still red wine today?
No, I just have good old-fashioned water.
There you go. I'm disappointed in you, but it's all good. So, a couple of things, 9 big topics, 5 minutes apiece, Q&A at the end, everything you need to know about the APT going on right now. We got a ton to cover. Lots of things are happening right now. It's exciting times. But a little maintenance, just to let everybody know, our credit card system is going down tomorrow morning for at least a few hours.
There you go.
So we will not be able to accept any payments. So if you're wanting to sign up for things like, the Wednesday night par 3, which we'll get to, tonight's a good night to do it because it will not be available tomorrow for a few hours. We are just switching providers. We're using an APT member, his company, getting away from a big corporate company that wasn't taking care of us, going local, supporting within the APT family. We're really excited. It's going to be a much better solution for our members. So we're excited about that. So just know tomorrow morning, credit cards are going to go down from probably about 9 a.m. till probably at least noon or 1. So not that there's a lot of things open for registration right now, but if you're trying to register for something tomorrow, credit cards will go down. So There we go.
There you go.
That's easy. If you don't like that, it's Phil's fault.
He's not here to defend himself. Exactly.
He's not here to defend himself. It is definitely his fault. So we'll go with that. But anyways, we got to get to hole number 1, Fegley, the Thursday night party, the opening party of the North American Championship. I'm starting to think it's the hottest ticket in town because we are selling tickets like hotcakes. There's only a few left. There's less than 40 left for the night. Once they're gone, they are gone.
And you're going to have to bribe the bouncer at the door to get in. So,
yes. Are you going to be the bouncer? Did you volunteer for that position?
No, we're going to hire our expert help. He's the size of a doorway, and he has experience dealing with, situations.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what that means. But Folds of Honor tickets, all the proceeds from the opening party benefiting Folds of Honor, 7 to 10 on Thursday night. It's going to be a great opening party. For those that are asking, it's not registration. Registration will happen before that. It is different than last year for those of you that experienced the last year's registration, which I would like to forget personally. It's amazing we got everybody registered and we gave everybody their tea gifts. That was quite the accomplishment. Let's just be honest. Let's call a spade, Fegley. But trying to get 500 people through a registration line at the same time in one building, we're not doing that again. Forget that.
No. Well, and that's the important thing. You learned, we all went, yeah, this is not happening again. So
yeah. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know if we can even claim this as listening to our members because it's so blatantly obvious, but we'll chalk it up to that. Registration is going to be like 2 days long. So Wednesday from 1 to 5 at Legends and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. You come at any point during those times, have a great registration experience, meet our sponsors, grab some awesome swag that I'm excited to give out. But Thursday night, 7 to 10, is just about celebrating the APT, which I'm excited about. Live music, Julio and the Saltines, which, by the way, is the #1 band in Myrtle Beach, and they're part of the APT family. So you do not want to miss that. People pay more than $20 in covers all the time just to hear Julio and the Saltines, but we're providing appetizers. We're raising all the proceeds from the night go to Folds of Honor. We've already got a $7,500 match to raise money for Folds of Honor, which, by the way, has gotten back to the leadership at Folds. They're super pumped because they're pumped about what happened last year, the generosity of our members. We'll have a speaker from Folds of Honor, Sarah Bush, who is in the leadership team of Folds, is coming to speak to us. We're going to talk about Folds of Honor Friday, which we'll get to here in a little bit. And we're going to release the 2025 major schedule, which Jody did, and it is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot wait to see the look on people's faces when they hear where we're actually going to play golf tournaments in 2025. Yes. And where is Phil to be freaking out in the background?
You're not saying anything because you did great. You're holding on to it. So, you know.
I'm doing my best to hold on to it. But anyways, tickets are limited to 180 tickets. They're $20 a piece. It goes to support Folds of Honor. You're going to be first in the room, which is going to have some opportunities to register for some of these big events. Some of it may be at a small donation to Folds of Honor to be able to do so, because there's a few that are going to sell out very, very quickly. I'm just saying. Major championship venues, Ryder Cup venues, PGA Tour venues, all that we've never played before. And there's multiple of them. The 2025 schedule is going to change the game. It's going to be absolutely
good.
Unbelievably good. So Chris is like, move on so you don't say anything. Hole number 2, Fegley. Wednesday night at the Aero Club. Go, par 3.
I just enjoy the look that you gave Chris, even though he's not there. You looked off to the side, as all players do when they're reminded of their pace of play. So we just need to get moving. The Aero Club.
Routine matters. I'm entitled to whatever time I want.
No, you're not.
Oh, wait. That's just what our members tell us sometimes when they're 2.5 holes behind and we're like, we're penalizing you.
All right. So Aero Club, under the lights, par 3, 3 club challenge. Lots of bantering, a healthy, not unhealthy amount of beverages.
And which, by the way, I need to add, I talked to the owner. He wants to remind everyone that they're going to have plenty of beverages on the golf course, but it is cash only for the beer on the golf course. You can pay credit card in the pro shop, but on the golf course, it's cash only. So if you want to partake in the Wednesday night par 3 hidden giggle, like the Masters par 3 contest, where I'm not sure you want to win because the guys that won last year didn't fare so well in the actual tournament. So It might be a tradition we're starting.
Yep. If you do well at the par 3, you'll struggle on the big day. But
hey, I'm playing to win because I'm not playing in the tournament. So I'm trying to take the prize pool. There is prize pool. We're gonna have fun. Exactly. But I'll be honest, I've just had a kid, and running the APT, like, my wedge game is crap. So D1 guys, if you don't beat me, the weekend's not going to go well for you.
Or it will, because
Or
they
it might.
didn't do well.
Correct. It is
So,
possible.
yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. We got to figure out the videos and, the bantering and
Yeah. I love Jeremy Keys. Like, stop calling me out, Mr. D2 champion last year. What place did you get, Jeremy? Did you make the cut?
wow.
I'm waiting to see that in the chat. I don't know the answer. It's possible. But anyways, we have like 20 spots left for that, for the par 3 challenge. It's one of the most fun nights of the week. It's a great time to meet people, have fun, relax before. Definitely want to get involved in it. It's a $45 night, play 18 holes of golf under the lights. It's great value. It's going to be a lot of fun, and highly recommend you do it. Hole 3, Fegley, time for me to sit out.
Just for a moment.
Just for a moment. You have the stage, because, the theme of tonight is chapter owners. We got new ones.
Correct. It's big news. As most of y'all know, I do split time between the different parts of the United States.
Between how many states? Because it's not just 2; it's like 14 states you split time.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm in Nova Scotia this week, and that's not even in the U.S. But there I am.
I would love to be in Nova Scotia and playing Cabot, but anyhow, that's going to have to wait for another day. But the time has come for the Northern California folks to get a dedicated resident to lead them and schedule tournaments and do all the fun things that have been happening everywhere in the country that, to be frank, I've been coming up a little short on. So with that.
But it's not the mullet, because you're good on the mullet.
Exactly. So with that, we're going to bring in Mr. Felix Monges.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate the introduction.
On, Felix? How are you?
I'm doing good. No stress, no pressure, right?
I mean, you're not an unemployed cat dad, so you're off to a good start in Northern California at the moment. And I don't see a mullet back there, so
oh no,
you're not business in the front, party in the back like Fegley is.
He's just got the chin.
That's it.
Chin fuzz.
There were tougher interview questions than that, but I wanted to stay on those facts in the live, Fegley.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to take over. Fegley being the U.S. traveler that he is, it's hard to get him dedicated over here, which I understand. He's got a lot going on. Yeah. He's all over. I never know when to call him, because I got to make sure my cut is 7 o'clock, because if it's 7 here, he's 10 o'clock over there, and I don't know if he's in California or North Carolina. So
yeah, I just call him and wake him up. I don't even care anymore.
I've done that a couple of times, and I've heard in his voice where I've interrupted a good nap. But I'm excited. We got a lot of courses that I'm working on getting in rotation to bring the California tour that everyone wants to see. Going from Central Valley to where in the summer it could get 12 degrees, to heading up the coast, heading up to Yoka, where we got that course was rated, number 1 in what year was it? In 2021 over Pebble. So, that's in pristine condition right now. We're going to make some moves. We're going to do things to make this thing grow and get our name out.
No, absolutely. You're following in the footsteps of some great guys out west that have taken the reins. Obviously, Rich in Phoenix. Troy's doubled in SoCal. The mission of the APT is growing. I know Fegley has wanted for a long time to do more than he was able to do, and stuck around as we've waited to find the right leader. And we're excited because now's the time. Lot of exciting things coming to APT in 2025. And I'm just going to say this, 2025 is going to be the year. Not going to tell people why yet, right, Fegley?
Correct.
But we're looking at the data, and 2025 is going to be the year. Lots of growth opportunities. I'm super impressed. Obviously, by the time we had talked to, formalize things, you'd already had 17 golf courses you were looking at and asking for dates and things to schedule around. Obviously, we're invested in coming out west this year. It's a majors that you guys will be a part of, and we're just excited to have you on board. And I got to say, the thing I love the most about it is I love bringing on chapter owners that were first players and understand what we're trying to do. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because that's one of the things I love about your experience the most, and what you want to bring to the people out of Northern California.
So it started with me actually. So our first tournament back in, I think it was 2021. I want to say it was in Fairfield or somewhere around there. I was actually on the brinks of turning around because my nerves were through the roof driving out there. It was my first tournament ever. Never did a solo tournament. I had no clue what to expect. I don't know if my bag was cool enough. Like, I didn't know what to do, right? So I'm like halfway there. Do I turn around? Do I bail on this? And I'm like, no, I got to do it. Got to step out of my bubble and take care of it. So I went out there. I mean, played the round of my life at the time, which was like a 105, right? That was like the best I've ever done before. Ridiculous. I never talked about that round again. But I met some awesome people. A good group of guys that I still keep in contact with today. And we're slowly growing. Our network is getting so much tighter over here that we talk outside of APT events and we travel together with the same group of guys. So it's solid. And I like where it's going. These aren't just people you run into and you see a whole nother group later. It's like, you know what you're getting into. You know the passion of everyone that's playing, and I want to be the head of that and steer all them in the right direction. I mean, like I said, I have a lot of course on rotation, and I'm hoping that they can all just spread the word and be like, dude, this is the next thing coming around. Jump on board.
No, absolutely. And, appreciate the hard work you're putting in. It's the time. I want to put this comment up just because I don't want to wait till the end. If that's the wrong one, hold on. But hello to Fred. He says West Coast Major's nice. I will say this, 2025, get your tickets to Folds of Honor on Thursday night. 3 PGA Tour venues are majors on the West Coast in 2025. Not one, not two, but 3 PGA Tour venues are majors. Frankly, I had to think about it. I'm not lying. One of them's a major venue. So, boom, let's go. It's going to be a historic and epic year on the West Coast in 2025. Felix, I know you've been working really hard already to get things, and I appreciate you coming on. Anything you want to say to APT family as you're getting ready to get started in the new role as a chapter owner?
I'm looking probably mid-November for our season opener. I'm hoping to drop the entire schedule. I'm hoping to drop the entire schedule by end of October at the latest. I know there's going to be some good courses on, and I would like to bring a lot of all chapters and invite them to California to play some California golf. I mean, we have a lot to show off here.
Absolutely. California is a great winter destination, guys. Even in the north, where you're like, Northern California, it's going to be cold. It will not be cold. Mm-hmm. Some of the best weather in Northern California is actually in the winter months. Do not believe it is an ocean climate, and there's some great weather. But Felix, appreciate you joining. Welcome officially to the team. I know you've been part of the APT family for a long time, and we couldn't be more excited to have you on board in Northern California, buddy. So,
yep, there's the Uncrustables, what we're known for. Come out to California, I'll have your Uncrustables sitting on ice for you, nice and cool.
There we go. So, anyways, I love the guesses coming on in the majors. Dan, I'll just tell you, you have one wrong right now. So, there you go. You'll have to think about it. We've got some great freaking majors out west. We're going to have some great local events. I know Troy's did a great job in SoCal. You're going to put together a killer schedule in NorCal. It will be the place to be. We got a lot coming up. Next segment, we've got another new leader to introduce to you on the APT. That's the theme of tonight. But first, we got a message from our friends at Folds of Honor. So stay tuned.
Are desperate for common ground, searching for evidence that our name, the United States, still holds true. The answer comes when we see a soldier in uniform, a first responder risking their life to protect others. On this, we agree. Those who protect our freedom and families deserve our unwavering support. We give it through Folds of Honor. When U.S. service members and first responders are disabled or killed, the Folds of Honor provides their family with life-changing scholarships. The recipients are as diverse as the country we call home. Their common bond, sacrifice. We the people have found what unites us. Join us.
I gotta tell you, I'm pretty pumped to write a massive check to Folds of Honor, Matt, for this second straight year, thanks to the generosity of our members. It's been humbling since the live last Thursday when we started talking about what we're going to do for Folds on that Thursday night to get the enormous amount of text from people. There's anonymous number 1, there's anonymous number 2, there's anonymous number 3, all bringing $2,500 checks to match donations. We're going to be able to make a huge impact and understand that a $7,500 match, if we somehow pull that off and donate $15,000 to Folds from that night, that's 3 lives of the families of our nation's heroes forever changed based on a bunch of golfers coming together under a common purpose. It's super cool.
Yep. 100%. 100%. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's good to get back. It's good to see, the positive impact that can be made and hearing the stories. So, it'll be a good night.
No, absolutely. And last year, at this night was probably, I don't even say probably, it was 100% my favorite moment of any time of being able to lead this tour, of watching what happened on that stage, to watch $83,000 turn into $100,000 in the blink of an eye, and watch people come up with tears in their eyes and, look Jurley in the face and say, hey, I'm not going to forget about your husband. This is for him. And to see the impact, once we got off the stage, that it had on her, that it had on Sarah, that it had on the entire Folds team. It's not just something they do, you know what I mean? It's part of who they are. It's such an honor to play a small part. And, hole 4 leads into that. Right. And I got a call last week, that I think is the coolest thing ever. And that's, we got a call, and, Lieutenant Colonel Rooney and Sarah and the Folds team has asked us, to participate and lead, to be the amateur tour arm of Folds of Honor Friday. They're like, hey, will you do that for 2025? And I said, of course. Dan goes, why do you always say yes to me? And I was like, that's kind of a dumb question. You know what I mean? And I was like, why do you always say yes to me? And I was like, because we have a good partnership. And he's like, I'd really like you to do that for 2025. I think it's important. And I was like, well, 2025, I said, we have 450 players playing on Friday in 2 weeks. I go, let's do this. And he goes, are you serious? And so for those that don't know Folds of Honor Friday, it's a movement started on the PGA Tour. This year. It started at the Memorial at Jack's Place. The PGA Tour participates. The Korn Ferry Tour participates. The Champions Tour participates. There's 2 huge organizations that aren't announced yet that are going to participate. And they've asked us to participate to be the amateur tour arm. And what the Folds of Honor Friday is it's an opportunity to raise awareness for the noble mission of what Folds of Honor does, which is provide life-changing scholarships to the families of America's fallen and disabled heroes. And so a couple things happen. We'll have pins to hand out, the same pins that the guys in the PGA Tour wear. Everybody plan on wearing red, white, and blue and show your patriotism on Friday during round 1. We are going to paint those 4 golf courses red, white, and blue for Folds of Honor. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to play for something bigger than ourselves. We're going to raise awareness for such a great cause. But we're also going to join for the national anthem. We're working on the logistics still to have it at each golf course. The main ceremony is going to be at the Legends Putting Green starting at 7 a.m. We've had members that have called us and volunteered to sing the national anthem. We're going to have it at each course. We're going to make it work. We're working through all of that stuff. So if you're not at the Legends for your first round, even early tee time, you'll be able to participate. We're going to do it at each of the golf courses. We will figure that out. But it's such an honor to be asked to participate. It's not about us. It's about our membership. It's about the passion and the generosity of our members to be asked to participate in this program as the amateur tour arm is a really, really cool thing.
Yep.
You got to say more than yep, dude. You're the co-host. Keep going.
Well, I mean, boy, I'm just trying to think. When the announcement came out, I was like, well, I have red pants, have blue pants. Just trying to figure out exactly how we're going to support and make sure that we're a part of things. But, again, the mission is good. It was great, when you told me about being invited or asked to do this and be the amateur arm. I mean, that was really cool, really special. It was when the email came out, you guys sent it out. It was like, we know it's, a little short notice, but hey, we got 2 weeks, so it's going to be a good thing. Raise the awareness. Everybody have some fun with the outfits too,
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I'll be honest, we've shown up to majors. I've been at the Independence Open for 4 years in a row. I know y'all got red, white, and blue. There's some ridiculousness that's going to happen at the North American Championship in this day, and I can't wait to see it. And, to see the patriotism, to see people play for something bigger than ourselves, and to see us, honestly, as a country unify as one and support those who are willing to sacrifice it all is, without getting political at all, is something that our country needs more than ever before. And I won't apologize for saying that. No. And if we can't rally around our nation's heroes, I know it's funny. I was watching, I watch our members' Facebook posts, and, some of them, so many of them served in 9/11. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so I spent yesterday, my wife and I binge watching some of the documentaries. We've had members serve in Air Force One during 9/11. We've had members that served as EMTs at Ground Zero. And to see the sacrifices that people make, and then to be able to come together and honor it, it's just something that's such an honor and a privilege. And we're so proud to be, whatever part we can be. I constantly think it's a small part. Folds thinks it's a much bigger part than I do, because they're just amazing individuals. And so any part we can do to raise awareness, to raise funds, to continue to support the families of our fallen and wounded heroes is such an important mission, and something that we're so thankful that we as the Amateur Players Tour can be a part of. So that being said, Folds of Honor Friday, red, white, and blue, 7 a.m., the national anthem, every golf course. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the coolest part of the weekend. Don't miss it. Something that's going to be really, really cool to be a part of. Cannot wait.
I was like,
I'm like, how do I segue that into hole 5?
That's it.
It's like hole 4 is the signature hole of the whole night. What are we going to do from here?
Well, somebody always has to follow, the presentation.
That's true.
So it's all good. We got a good follower.
We do have a good follower. I'm excited. So we have a special guest to bring in, one of our key sponsors.
Yep.
And new chapter owner.
Yep.
Which is awesome. New leadership in a market. He's going to kill it. But let me introduce to you from Las Vegas, my really good friend, Lance Burbank. What's going on, Lance? How are you?
Uh-oh.
Mute. He's muted. Let's get him unmuted.
Oh, there we go.
There he goes.
There we go.
Now we're good.
How are you guys doing? This is awesome tonight. Folds of Honor. That's amazing, sir. Love it.
It's really cool to be a part of. It's very humbling, isn't it? To see the work that they do. It's so funny. Jody was actually commenting. We're talking to a golf course. So we've got one major left to book in 2025. I'm not going to tell you where it is. I'm not going to tell you what golf course it is, other than to say it's very private and it's very, very good. And everyone will absolutely want to show up to this place. And we're talking to them, and they're like, tell us a little bit about who you guys are. And we started talking about our partnership with the Folds of Honor. And the wife comes back today and comments. It's all on a Facebook post. And she goes, well, I was just awarded a scholarship because she had a husband who was a police officer that was killed in the line of duty.
Oh,
And Folds of Honor has stepped in to make sure that her kids have all the educational opportunities that they need to have. And it's just such a cool thing in such a small world.
amazing.
And so we're sitting there, and I'm just, Jody texted me today, and I'm like completely just humbled, right? And just to be able to play a small part, it's so cool. We could talk about that all night. Chris is going to be complaining about pace of play. However, if we're talking about Folds of Honor, it's completely acceptable. Just saying.
Awesome. No, great stuff. Absolutely. We'll get behind it as well, Matt, with some donations while we're there. So good stuff.
Absolutely. So, well, before we get to universal retirement, because that's I want to talk about Las Vegas for a minute, because I'm excited about what's going on in Las Vegas in the APT. And you've taken over leadership of that chapter with your son, Chase. And I know you guys have some plans to do some really amazing things out in Vegas. And I'll be honest, our members love to come to Vegas and play golf. So this is a good time for you to introduce yourself to them and talk a little bit about, what's coming in 2025 in Las Vegas.
So, number one, thanks for the opportunity. We're excited about it. We know Las Vegas is a fantastic destination for many reasons, but a lot of good golf here. So we've got a good season schedule started. We're kicking off in October. We're going to do some fun things in November, a 2-day tournament in November. Then we're doing another two-day tournament in December. We're going to go out to Paiute in December. We're going to be at Revere in November. Our kickoff will be our smaller one to kick it off, but we're going to start at Aliante in October, and then we're going to TPC Las Vegas in January, and then we got another bunch of stuff coming. So I got some potential. I can't spill the beans quite yet, but we might have a really, really super nice course that gets behind us that everybody's going to want to come into town for, just from relationships that we've been doing events with them for over 7 years. So good opportunities coming in Las Vegas. I'm super excited for my son, Chase. He's excited to come in and run the chapter. He's a young kid, so any support that you guys can give him and get behind him on it. He's very ambitious. Great young man. So as you're giving, you rub shoulders with him, give him advice, walk him through it. But he's got good people behind him here pushing forward with the chapter. So we're just excited to be a part of it. And we know we're going to grow it big here, and come and join us. Have some fun.
Yeah, no, we're excited to get you on board. We haven't done a mailbag segment yet tonight, Fegley, because we got more important stuff to do. But one of my favorite things to talk about is the Facebook post early in the year, APT doesn't care about the West Coast, blah, blah, blah. We are absolutely reloading the West Coast with dynamite leaders, and it is growing on the West Coast faster than anywhere else in the country. And if you're on the West Coast, get ready, because we're coming. So we're super excited to have you guys on board, Lance. You bring a ton of business acumen. You bring a ton of relationships. Once again, a player perspective. You came to us from being a player, understanding what APT is about, and then wanting to recreate that for everybody in Las Vegas. And we couldn't be more excited to have you on the team.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Chris Dents wants to, where is Phil getting a lesson? My guess is Phil is taking a nap after last night's handicap call. We had him up till about 11:15 Eastern. So my guess is he's in bed already.
It's
been well, he signed off at 11:15, then we kept going.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So I'm just saying, North American Championship prep week's a rough week for our staff. Chris hasn't been home yet.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out.
I was just laughing because I was afraid that you were going to start thinking that you might want to talk about things that we talked about last night. And I'm like, no, I'm playing Phil. No.
Maybe a little bit, but not right now. We got more important things to talk about. And I think the more important thing is we need to introduce Lance's Universal Retirement for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you're coming to the North American Championship or the Universal Retirement Senior North American Championship, you're going to see a common theme, and that's that Universal Retirement has went all in on investing on the APT, and we've went all in investing with Universal Retirement in a partnership. And we need to talk about that because I think there's some great things that all of our members can take advantage of. And Lance, we're excited to have you on board as a huge sponsor. Obviously, that was before Las Vegas even came to fruition. And so we couldn't be more excited to have you on as a partner as Universal Retirement. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys do, and then we can chat a little bit more.
So keeping it on that just casual side, number one, biggest thing is we're going to customize everything from a retirement savings standpoint. Doesn't matter where you're at in life. You could be already retired. There's things to enhance what you're doing. You could be just starting out with savings. We're there to help get you going. Doesn't matter where you are in life financially, we're here to help. So next thing is to know when we sit down and talk to you, we're not going to just think of, we have all of the easy stuff like everybody else does, but we're going to really get in and talk to you about what your goals are. Think outside of the box. We're not an in the box thinking kind of organization. A lot of tax code out there that we understand in the investment side that you can take advantage of to beat the tax game. Look, I believe in paying my fair share of taxes, but also believe in them not getting more. I don't like where they spend it. So that's my opinion on that. But bottom line is we want to help everyone all the way through, from the beginning to estate planning to protection. So life insurance, annuities, IRAs, 401ks, all the easy stuff's there. Some of the other things you may not know about, executive bonus plans for business owners. If you've never heard about that, you should grab us. While we're there, just so you know, grab me, grab Hendra, grab Craig. We're all three going to be down there mingling around. Any one of us can help you out, and they're great partners with us here at Universal Retirement, and I love having them there. So grab any of us down there, guys, and just ask us questions. The next thing you need to know, we're not a fee-based company, so don't jump in and feel like you got to spend a bunch of money just to get some answers on things. We're here to educate. So that's us in a nutshell. If I can say a little bit more about the event, we're looking forward to being down there with all of you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. Excited for both sides of it, not just the senior side of it. We're excited about both parts of it.
Right.
Anything you need, just let us know. We're here to help.
No, absolutely. I think it's important to note, we wouldn't be in the position we are with you if we weren't using you for stuff. We're not in the business of introducing companies to our members that we don't believe in or we wouldn't buy from. In fact, I think a majority of our members that own businesses own small businesses, and I've owned several in my lifetime. And I think the hardest thing is when you bring in employees. Like I always joke, and I can tell this story and embarrass Chris because he's sitting in the background, so he's kind of here on the call. Chris started as an intern with me for my marketing company, not knowing, intern for the APT, and then turned into full-time with the marketing company, now full-time with the APT. And so, I've been paying him a salary for years and years. And I think the hardest thing as a small business owner is you want to provide world-class benefits for your people. But it's hard. And I think it's hard to compete with what some of the bigger corporations can offer. And one of the things that we've loved at APT, and Jody and I have absolutely thought is the greatest thing, is you've helped us set up some really amazing benefits for our people. We're a company that believes in our people. We love our people. We want to invest in our people. We want to create opportunities for our people. And that's hard to do as a small business. Let's be honest and have a conversation about that. And if you guys are out there and you're running a small business, I know so many of you guys do, you've come up with some plans for us that have really set up our people for success in the long term at a cost that's affordable not only to them, but also to our business. And we're very fortunate for that. And And guys, you're going to have a lot of opportunities to meet these guys. These guys are willing to travel around the country and meet you. Obviously, we've got the Universal Retirement 19th hole. You'll be hearing a lot about that, 2 to 5, both Friday and Saturday at the North American Championship. And just so you know, if you want free beer at the North American Championship, Lance is the guy that has the tickets.
Yeah, come and see me.
Come and see him. So no obligation to get a free beer, but if you want to, learn some interesting things about how to save for retirement, I know we just put a policy on my daughter. So I know obviously my daughter's been popular for the last couple of weeks in lives. Just put a great policy on our daughter that by the time she retires, she's going to have a great source of income for the rest of her life, thanks to some of the stuff that we didn't know about from Lance and just our employees. I mean, there's a lot of great opportunities. It's worth a conversation. Like Lance said, it is literally zero fee based. And so you're not paying a fee to do it. They've been able to negotiate the fees from the providers that they use. And so they can give you good advice. And so highly recommend it, highly endorse it. It's going to be a great opportunity. Have a conversation and find out some things. Small business owners ask questions because we've got a lot of answers that I didn't think were even possible. And so we couldn't be happier. So there's my endorsement, Lance. I do love you. I know we were working about an hour ago on getting some of our policies set up, and it is much appreciated. I'm ignoring the chat from Alderucci, but it's really good to have you. Make sure, guys, when you're down at the North American, see Universal Retirement and their team. They made a huge investment in our business, and they're great people, and definitely worth hearing them out and seeing what they have to say. So make sure to catch them. You might find that there's a lot of value there, and appreciate you coming on tonight, Lance.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.
As I say, it's like 5 days at this point.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we survive bringing the newborn on a plane for 4 hours. That's going to be interesting. So anyways, 3 more holes to go. We got a brand new chapter to announce coming up next. First, though, we have a message from our friends at Global Golf, but we'll be right back.
Shop Global Golf for gear and recommendations that are all about you. With You Try, You Select, and You Trade In, Global Golf's comprehensive suite of services feature the widest variety of new and pre-owned products, PGA professional backed insight, and unbeatable value to help you play your best. So visit Global Golf today and experience personalized shopping that's all about you.
We got to say, Fagley, we're excited. Friends at Global Golf not only sponsored the Global Golf National Player of the Year that includes a $500 gift card to globalgolf.com for each of our 11 National Players of the Year, but every single member in 2024 gets $50 to spend for free at globalgolf.com. All you have to do, globalgolf.com, set up an account, use your email, and here's the hard part. Wait like 2 hours for it to propagate, and really you have $55 of rewards in there.
Yep.
You can spend on anything.
Yep.
There you go.
Except, well, I mean, if you do want golf gloves, that's fine. But,
if you want golf gloves, you should probably get them from the APT Pro Shop because our golf gloves are awesome.
Just saying. But everything else, they got the You Try program, all kinds of fun stuff.
You Try program's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow,
I bought way too many golf shoes in the last year from Global Golf, so I just have to shut up. My wife's like, "Are you really buying more golf shoes?" I'm like, "I have to make sure the credit works, babe."
exactly. I mean, I'm very boring. I buy the same tennis shoes and the same golf shoes.
Yeah. So Freddie's saying, "Sorry, Matt. I could suggest everybody go get rain gloves." Here's the deal: we're bringing rain gloves to the NAC. You'll be able to buy them there.
If you don't already have a pair, which I don't know.
You don't already have. I will tell you though, US Gloves rain gloves are so much better than the FootJoy ones. They have the little like
other brand.
They're the little like dots. And I'll say FootJoy. They can deal with it. But they have like the little dots to give you grip. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they work really. They're so good. They sent me those in the test, and I'm like, they're the best rain gloves I've ever had, hands down. I'm still saying you're not going to need it at the NAC. Although this is a recorded call, so I might eat those words. But it is golf.
Which is played
in all weather except for lightning.
Outdoors.
So it is what it is. Anyways, Chris just told us this wasn't on the agenda.
We've hit one out of bounds.
Re-tee. I think we just played from the wrong hole. We're on like hole 12 or something, and we need to go back to hole 7 and tee off.
Exactly.
So let's do that. So, theme of APT in 2025 is we're bringing on some new chapters, and it's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited about this one. Once again, a player that's been on our tour, understands the APT experience, and has a passion to bring that experience to a new market. And by the way, this market is a market that you want to travel to because it's a great spot. So without further ado, let's bring on my friend Brian Sanders, who is launching the APT in the Gulf Coast of Florida. Welcome, sir.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
So we're doing better than you are right now, sir, with the little hurricane rolling through.
Yeah, it was raining so hard earlier. I sit up in the basement so you guys wouldn't just hear rain.
It happens, man. But glad you guys are doing okay.
Oh yeah,
making it through the storm. But man, welcome, Florida Gulf Coast, starting in 2025. How exciting is that?
I'm excited. I'm ready to get it going, and I think Felix has already. I was listening. He'd already had like 15, 16 courses lined up, so I hadn't got that far along. But I'm ready to get going. Hopefully, get something in the middle of November.
Definitely. Well, obviously, there's a major in Mississippi at Dancing Rabbit, which people have a chance to come down and meet you. That'll be a couple of weeks before your first event. So you'll be there. We'll be hanging out. You get to meet Florida Gulf Coast. Why don't you talk a little bit for people that don't know about the Florida Gulf Coast at all? Talk about kind of where you're going to operate, what courses are there, why we should come visit.
I think we're going to be based out of Pensacola, Gulf Shores area, and then stretch over to Destin, and then the Mobile area. And me and you were talking the other night, and hopefully have like a elevated event or something, maybe in Biloxi, so people can come down and do the Biloxi thing. A lot of nice courses down there, from Kiva Dunes to I seen somebody made a comment Kelly Plantation to the Raven stuff in Destin. So there's a lot of nice courses there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun and a great population base. Obviously, to build a chapter, you've got some experience owning businesses, and so you know how to do this, and you have the player background. So why don't you talk a little bit about the experience you hope to bring to your members?
I started 2 years ago, and I was kind of the same as Felix. I was so nervous because I've never played in a tournament, So I went and played, and then I've met so many people in the last couple of years, and have phone numbers of friends that are in Dallas and everywhere else that just have met and played, and so it's fun. So I'm not sure of the number. I think I've played in like 20, maybe more this year so far. But it's a blast, and we're moving to the coast, and so I was looking, and there was just not anything down there, and so that's when I kind of first started talking to you about it, and so I'm excited, and I think there's a lot of nice courses, a lot of people that play, and be a chance for a lot of people who are in the northern chapters to make it a weekend, and go to Gulf Shores or Destin, and a lot of nice beaches and stuff to bring the whole family. So.
No, absolutely. Well, I can tell you that, from operating the St. Louis tour, and I know Chris can vouch for this, there's about 4 or 5 months of the year where the weather sucks, and you'll be running golf tournaments in all 4 or 5 of those months. And so
right.
It'll be easy to get a van full of people together to drive down to support you. And we look forward to doing so. Certainly love your passion for the game, the passion for running tournaments, and just understanding, what APT is really about. And that's the, that's the culture. And you want to talk a little bit about that, kind of the culture of what it's like to be on tour and how that ties into what you're doing in Florida.
I just like meeting new people and I've played golf forever, but I've went and watched golf. So if I'm playing or not, I just like being around it, and my daughter played in college. I think I've talked to you about that, but walking the courses. So if I'm playing or not, I just like being around golf. And so I'm just looking forward to it and just meeting new people down there and continuing the other, relationships with people I've met and just looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Fagley, jump in, buddy. This
No,
is all
man,
you. You've been sitting there laughing, so you got to get involved here.
It's always fun to see, because, Brian's got the opportunity. He's like, I'm moving. There's nothing here. Well, I'm drafting myself to be the guy that's going to do it and deliver the experience to folks where I'm moving to. So, that's exciting.
Absolutely. And we'll pick the guy that understands our culture 100 times over the guy that's been like, I've been here for 20 years. I understand what's going on. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like we're over the moon to have you on board, Brian, and can't wait to introduce you to all of our chapter owners and a bunch of our members next week. Obviously you'll be at the North American running around, and it's gonna be a good time, and you're gonna see the family side of it really quick, which is fun. So sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Fagley picks on me all the time.
Just like all family, right? Sometimes you're like, oh.
We do protect each other, but behind closed doors, it could be a little brutal on you as the new guy. I'm not sure that like the woke colleges that don't allow hazing anymore. Like, I'm not sure that's made its way to APT chapter ownership yet. So you might get some pranks played on you. It could happen, but it is what it is.
I was trying to come up with the correct word. The new word for
hazing. What's the politically correct word for hazing? Like, that's a good one for tonight. Chris is going to be like, you just hit 3 balls out of bounds.
Initiation.
Respectful initiation.
Yeah, there we go.
Like, we're not going to make you streak through the quad and sing a song or anything like that. But
singing a song that could be good. That might be good.
Actually, that would be pretty funny. I did see he got his tickets to Thursday night, so he might be the entertainment. So, hey guys, just the first person to sing the national anthem to honor Folds of Honor, please welcome from the Florida Gulf Coast, Brian Sanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dip out on that.
So, oh goodness, that would be great. We're not that mean, Brian. Really, I promise, we're not that mean. But yeah. So, anyways, we're excited to get you started. I know this is fresh and new. We wanted to get you on as soon as possible, introduce you everybody. Florida Gulf Coast, our second chapter in Florida. We're excited about that. Brian's a great guy. Come support his tournaments. If you're down in the Mobile, Pensacola area, you will not be disappointed at the product that he puts out. And excited to get you starting in November. So stay tuned, APT fam. Expansion is it. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Brian, and coming and joining us. Yeah. And we'll catch up with you soon. So I know you're hunkered down in the weather, so we'll stay safe and dry tonight if you can.
All right, guys, appreciate it.
Thanks.
But we'll see you. So that's the theme, Fagley. 2025. I will say this: 7 brand new chapters will launch between now and November 1st. Mm-hmm. Which I'm just going to say November 1st is the big announcement. Mm-hmm. Definitely want to tune in for that one. November 1st is 4 years to the day.
Yep.
Of when we announced this thing. So we're going to drop the biggest one on November 1st. Pretty excited about that.
Yes.
Let's go. But 7 new chapters in the APT. I'm just going to leave it at that. Everything else can just speak for what it is. It's going to be fun. Trying to think, hole 8. Senior NAC practice rounds. Talk about something that was driving me nuts because I was waiting for an answer for like the last month and a half. We got it today. I almost had to drive to Myrtle Beach to get it, but we got it today. You want to share it? It's posted now.
Oh, it is.
I
Is
put
it
it in the
posted?
agenda. You just have to read it.
Oh yeah, I know. And then of course I hit the button and there we go. Grand
Chris told
Dunes.
you to talk slowly. He's going to turn up the volume.
Grand Dunes. $99 for an afternoon rate.
Afternoon rate. Only
Yeah.
because the morning rates are sold out because Grand Dunes is the most popular course in Myrtle Beach right now.
There you go. And then Long Bay is $65 all day.
All day. 21st through 23rd practice rounds.
And that
Any you want
also
to.
answers the question in the chat about what the course rotation is for the senior. It's
Everybody plays Grand Dunes one day, Long Bay the other day. All the divisions will be together. We also got that answer this afternoon. We're waiting on an answer from Grand Dunes back, so we know which day it will be which. But it'll be one day at Long Bay and one day at Grand Dunes. So it'll be fun. Registration on Monday night, 1 to 5. One of the differences between the senior and the North American Championship, we are going to take skins payments at the senior North American Championship the day of. We are not going to do that for the North American.
got it.
So keep in mind, at the North American, registration's open on Wednesday and it's open on Thursday. If you can't make it to either, make arrangements to Venmo us your skins money beforehand. We will not take payments on the first tee on Friday morning.
There you go.
So, Lingenfelter asked a good question. You call the course directly to book practice rounds.
Yes.
Do not call Allie. She doesn't know anything about it. She's on maternity leave, whatever that means.
She's on no. It's baby bonding time. She's on
Baby bonding time. I told Phil I was going to take paternity leave, and I thought he was going to have a conniption fit.
Hey man.
He was like, "You don't get paternity leave," and I was like, "Why not? I just had a baby."
Tough.
Life is small business, man. It is what it is.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Alderucci wants to know where the new girl. My guess is she's probably napping upstairs, hopefully on her mom. That would
There
be
you
my
go.
guess.
There you go.
There we go. Senior North American Championship is going to be a great week. Sold out at 240 players. Grand Dunes one day, Long Bay the other. Divisions are staying together. Double T morning starts. We're going to have some fun. It's going to be a good time. So, there you go.
good
Last
time.
hole, Fegley. Championship
Is?
preview. What are you
Oh,
most
yeah.
looking forward to at the North American Championship?
What am I most looking forward to? Seeing everybody.
It's fair.
You know, I'll be a squirrel. What? Who? Where? So, you know, when I run around and say hi and leave in the middle of a story, don't be offended. It's just the way I roll.
It's fair. Questions? We'll just go to questions. Everybody wants to have questions about the North American anyway. So, first question, where at and what time is registration? For the North American, registration is Wednesday from 1 to 5. Everything is at Legends Clubhouse. So if you have a doubt of where an event is during the week, there's a 90% chance it's at Legends Clubhouse. Unless it's a tea time. Everything else
Yeah.
is at Legends.
Yes.
So there you go. Also, Chris says everything is posted on the TIP page. Chris, you should post a link to the TIP page so everyone knows what we're talking about. But everything's at Legends. We're at 1 to 5 on Wednesday at Legends Clubhouse. Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Legends Clubhouse. If you need to make arrangements ahead of time, please let us know. We are trying to finalize everything on Thursday night, which gives you all a better experience starting on Friday. So, tee assignments for the North American Championship are posted on the TIP page for all 6 courses we are using. That has been done. Pin position staying the same. No. Just like any PGA Tour tournament that uses multiple courses, like the Pro-Ams, the pins do change, but we are working to make sure that they are set up equally. So we are picking pins so that there will be 6 hard pins for day 1 and 6 hard pins for day 2. That's part of the draw. It is better than having cups that have not been cut for a day. And just so you know, if you don't like him, I didn't pick him this year. It's going to be Phil. So blame him. He is the pizza delivery guy.
I love this new role you're taking. It's great.
It's great. I'm having to learn. It's hard. It's really hard. It's not easy for me. It's not easy. I don't like it. But Dens wants to know, when will pairings be out? We finalized, I believe we'll finalize the last payment tomorrow. So Monday at worst. I'm working on them tonight, though. So for those in Division 2 and 4, I don't know if we should share this or competitors figure it out, but Chris came up with a brilliant idea.
Yes.
Because everybody's like, oh, I don't know. I'm trying to carpool with people to the golf course. Here's the deal. Half of the tour is going to one course. Half of the tour is going to the other course, meaning we segregated the courses. So if you're a Metro New York player, all of you in Metro New York are going to be on the same draw. So don't email me and be like, hey, I have 4 guys from New York, Joe Arnold, that need to ride together to the golf courses. I'm only picking on Joe because Joe and I have already talked about this.
Oh, I know.
So you know.
I know.
And I'm putting you guys in the same draw. So my 10 guys from St. Louis and D2, you won't be in the same pairings, but you'll be in the same draw. So if you need to ride together to the golf course, no problem. There's the logistical deal. So if you traveled from like somebody from Seattle and somebody from Charleston, I don't know if I can help you. But if you're from the same chapter, it's going to be super easy to take care of. Keith says, Matt is working on the pairings tonight as he yawns. Truer words have not been spoken.
That is correct.
I was up. Ask me what time I was up to last night getting the final proofs of our signage printed.
How late were you up last night? Because it was.
I was up to about 3:15 in the morning.
Wow. That's 4:15 Eastern. Jeez, many Christmas.
Correct. And then I was up at 6 because my baby cries when she's hungry.
There you go.
And I had a meeting at 8, so I had to get up and get to the office.
It's your responsibility to give the first bottle in the morning, eh?
No, we're not. No, just trying to be a team player, Beckley. Go ahead and stay married. Everybody's making fun of me because I'm yawning. Everybody's giving advice in the chat about feeding, and my wife's going to be watching, so I hate all of you. If I'm up at 4 a.m. tonight feeding the baby because one of you guys morons put something in the chat, just so you know, your pairings will not be good at the NAC. So be very careful, Minor.
You can mess around with that 2-hour window pretty good, huh? Oh.
Let's be honest. There's people. There's always good pairings to create. Let's just be honest about it. So, Alderici, there are no senior tees for the par 3 course. Stop whining about it.
Well, and then also, is there a chapter coming to New England? Sure, he can run it.
I have no comment. There's a great chapter in New England. Metro New York, Tom Steinman. He does a great job. 250 members in New York. Let's go.
And there's a lot of commuters that go from Connecticut to New York. So there you go.
There you go. It works.
Here we go.
What else we got, Fegley?
I think we covered it, man.
Any other questions?
We got Felix on board.
We got Brian Sanders.
Brian on board.
We got Lance.
We got Lance.
Life is good at the APT right now.
Mm-hmm. We got a big tournament coming up.
2 big tournaments coming up.
Two big tournaments.
I don't know why Chris keeps asking about consolation round for the NAC. This is important. Everything you need to know is on the TIP page for the North American Championship. How many qualifying positions for the cut, where the consolation round is. Which, by the way, everybody's playing 3 different golf courses. Not a single person is going to play the same golf course twice. Just so you know. Oh, we have a special guest.
Uh-oh. Do-do-do.
If we got any questions.
Oh.
So, she's not happy to be on the live. She's like, I don't like these questions. There will be a cut line for each division. It is posted. Here, let me take her. Since she wants to come. Come on. I know. Here you go, guys.
I'm like, you put the wrong one on front, Chris.
That's pretty funny. Hi. Oh, she's going to start crying. Here we go. Here we go. This is what she's saying to your questions, guys. Aw, you're okay. Here's your mom. That didn't work out very well. But
Hamlet, John with the line of the night.
she saw Fegley. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Oh.
So, but now she's fine. We're at that phase of life where she's like, if I'm with mom, I'm good. And if I'm not with mom, it could get a little sketchy. 50-50. So Chris said that's how the members sound when the groups is slow and they're on the clock.
Very good, Chris. Very good.
That was fair. That was very fair. So,
we talked about it, right? There's 2 big tournaments, but there's also there's 3 other tournaments. We've got
this is a good question.
Thursday, or we got 2 tournaments on Thursday. We got a tournament on Wednesday. Like we got tournaments everywhere.
Yeah. So here's the deal. This is why we have a Phil.
Yep.
We have multiple plans. If there's weather, we will post how we're going to handle that. Although, because it's a morning double T, we're pretty confident we're going to get everything in. The absolute worst case of worst case scenarios is there's 60 qualifying spots for 2 and there's 60 qualifying spots for 4. The absolute worst case of worst case scenario is we'll take 30 from one half and 30 from the other half. That'd be the worst. But it's not going to happen.
There you go. There's a contingency to the contingency.
Right. I love my comment of the night is Chris Miner. Yawning is better than coughing. You're not wrong.
You sound better.
I feel like I still cough a little bit, but I mean, I'm through antibiotics, I'm through steroids, I'm through every freaking home remedy you can think about. Yes, I will yawn with pride over the cough that we've had for the last 2 weeks. Thank you for caring.
Bingo.
You guys are killing me. Let's ask a real questions here. Lance is sucking up to Phil. We're going to have to work on that. Like, I almost want to bring Lance back on the live to be like, why are you sucking up to Phil?
Oh, shoot.
Let's have a conversation about that.
That's rough.
So it's all good. But anyways, if there's no more questions, keep in mind. Oh, Chris said to keep going.
Keep going.
I was getting ready to sign off. I guess I still have a quarter glass of wine. Now we're into wine and nine. It's APT After Dark. What can we talk about, Fegley?
Well, what's going on in the Bills and Dolphins game?
I mean,
Really? Oh my gosh. Anyhow, NFL scores.
Does anyone
Football.
care?
Ooh. Buffalo's up 10-7. Of course people care. It's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Danny Daniel says that every course every day has a $2,500 par 3. By the way, get into the hole-in-one club, guys. We ran our stats in the 2024 season, and 65% of the hole-in-ones hit this year were by people that didn't get into the hole-in-one club. Which, by the way, thank you for doing that. But we'd rather y'all get in the hole-in-one club because we have some really awesome hole-in-one club prizes now. Pretty excited about them. We actually sent out a check today to a guy in Houston who hit one in the local finals. So congratulations.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome.
So it's all good. Matt Slater said Illinois beat Kansas.
Ooh.
Just going to leave that there.
I was like, and Chris said, we're done.
I was just saying, we're 26th place in college football, which means the pollsters know nothing of what they're talking about because there's no way we're that good.
Fair enough.
Way to be, Chris. That was mean. That hurt my feelings.
Was there ever Super Skins at the North American?
No, and the reason why is because there's 4 courses going on at one time.
Yeah.
We have talked about, we put comments in the chat, and you want to create some controversy tonight?
Uh-oh.
So here's the deal. Came up in the chapter in a meeting. Curious what people said. So for those that relegate themselves to the consolation round, would anyone be interested in a second chance pot for the final round?
Oh, yeah.
See if that is.
No one's planning on being.
No one's planning.
Joe
said, yeah.
Bracket.
There we go.
You know.
Wow. Who's the other tour? There is no other tour. There we go.
No one else
There we go.
does it.
No one else does a consolation pot. But we're going to do it on the APT. There it is. We got 30 seconds for questions. Get your questions in now.
I like Rodney. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope it's not me.
Bring $20 cash if you get your butt kicked the first 2 rounds and you get relegated to the losers bracket. So,
yep.
I don't even want to address that. We're just going to leave that here. Until the IRS makes us, we're not doing it. This is an amateur tour. It's a hobby. It's not a profession.
No.
So be careful who you elect in November because that will affect that. No taxes on tips. That's all I got. I don't even know. There's no policy position either way on that, guys. In case you're wondering, I'm just making it up.
Yes. How do we get our ticket to the Folds of Honor night? That's a good question. It comes in an email.
So it's right here. Jersey will email you. We have a guest list. So it's going to be like showing up at the exclusive club, and you're going to be like, I'm Matt Fegley. And we'll be like, you may enter. Your name's on the list. Just saying.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is going downhill. So next Thursday night, we will be at the opening party. We may go live, Fegley. You and I might have to go live during the Thursday night party.
We can put our phones out. Look what you're missing.
Yeah, the dress for the party is wear clothes. Be appropriate. Don't wear anything offensive. Patriotic wear is probably good because Folds of Honor will be there.
Oh, that's a good point. It's a preview.
It's true.
Majors will not be announced live. Ooh, I like that, Chris.
Yeah, no, won't be announced live. They'll be announced in the room, so get a ticket.
Very good.
And for a small donation to Folds of Honor, you may get access to register for the best ones first. But only if you come.
And we need an auctioneer.
I thought that was you.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go to class over the next week.
There you go. I hear $1. Do I hear $2? Do I
What
hear
are you gonna
$2?
do?
Do I hear
Is there
$3?
you, Paul?
I can't do it. It's not
No.
me.
No.
So, anyways, stay tuned. Next week, guys, we will be at the North American Championship. It's exciting stuff. So stay tuned. We'll have a lot of fun stuff. Chris, it is okay for you to cue the video now.